there's the law of the jungle.
Yeah.
And when we were talking, you said something that I was like, man, that's really interesting. You said, respect the competition, and even when they can't hurt you. And I'll let you share the story, because I was like, why would you say that? First of all, I appreciate the concept of just respecting those around you in general, but respecting competition even when they can't hurt you. Can you unpack that a little bit?
Well, first, I played college football. I played for South Carolina State, and you always respect your opponent, right? It's football season. We're seeing upsets every weekend. So even if you don't like sports, if you don't like sports or don't know sports, teams that aren't supposed to win are winning it day in and day out. That happens all the time. I live in Atlanta. The Braves are the best team in baseball, but yet they're sitting at home and the World Series was just decided last night. From a competition standpoint, I was at Nike when Under Armour launched. And, Under Armour was a small startup. Kevin Plank and I are the same age, the founder and CEO of Under Armour. And, from a Nike standpoint, Nike was starting to move from startup to corporate, as you kind of talk about. And Under Armour had a great concept. They were very sexy. They were very attractive. And what's most important was they could get to market much faster than Nike could. Nike had become bureaucratic. We had added a lot of layers of decision making, but our executives weren't responding to the competition that Under Armour was bringing to market. And so I'm going to tell a story that's going to conflict itself, because we got two different examples about strategy. I'm going to talk about strategy in a minute. But so the Nike calls it dry fit, the dry fit material that we have, right? Well, Nike had the T-shirts that Under Armour became known for. Nike had that product 3 years before Under Armour even existed as a company. But Under Armour got it to market faster than Nike, and they could get it to consumers in a way that Nike couldn't. And so because Nike said, this is a startup, we're Nike, we're fighting with Adidas and Reebok, we're not going to give you the time, they started to cut into Nike's market share. Also, Nike was known as a running shoe company at the time. Nike was fighting to get into other athletic categories. And so what I learned, and again, I'm just an HR guy, but I would sit in these business meetings. I said, they're not paying attention to their competition. And the competition was lean, mean, and hungry and willing to do things that Nike was not willing to do. And so for me as an athlete, as a former student athlete, I said, yeah, we're not living by one of our core values here. So for you all as business owners, I would say, hey, if there's someone that's starting up or if there's competition out there, always be respectful of them, because there's an edge that you just always need to be aware of, that before you know it, there may be a competitive advantage that's happened overnight, right? That you're at a position of weakness that you don't know about. Because now, here we are, Under Armour, it's been, 15 years since I worked at Nike. And Under Armour has now become the size that Nike was when I was at Nike.